Hello everybody, it's always with games. Today we're gonna play the Stanley Parable. Well, a friend recommended us this game and we played demo. So that was pretty interesting actually, so I wanted to try the game. Uh, I'm gonna share this game with you guys also. Let's see how it is.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Right.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor
Best
on his
job
desk,
ever.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Really?
And then one
He
day,
really was
something
happy?
very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, I read too many comments about this game, and it says there are one guy said actually there are millions of ants. So and it also says you can follow the guy you just heard. First I'm gonna follow that guy, and the other episodes or other parts I'm not sure how am I gonna record this video. You're gonna see it together. I'm gonna record about different endings. I'm gonna upload new videos about different endings of this game. Alright, he said
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, let's go to the meeting room then. Where is meeting room? I think these numbers.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, so this all decisions is changing the end of the game. What happens in end of the game. So it says left. I'm gonna go left, but we're gonna see what happens at the other door together. Alright,
Yet
meeting
there
room
was
is
not
here.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Like ball up inside you. Take it out passive. It's PowerPoint, exactly PowerPoint. Synergize core value expenditures. Yeah, my favorite topic. Alright. Brown closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, let's go upstairs to the boss's office. Alright. This is the boss's office, I think. No secretary. No boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Man. 2, What the fuck? Memory 2? Ah, seriously. Ah, seriously, you gotta be kidding me. 2, 4.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright. Oh, here. Let's go. Alright. I'm gonna listen to the guy. Yeah. Yes. Let's keep walking. Alright. Loading. I'm so excited actually.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright. I hope it's not.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So as you can see, there's an escape sign here. So we're able to go there actually. There's all kind of choices changing the ending. All of them is changing the ending, and as I said, I'm gonna do
the lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Secret did this place hold? He said. Alright. I should press this.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wow, this... Remember the numbers on the doors? These are the old numbers. Wait. See? Numbers. Alright.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, how?
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright. Am I free now? Mind control status offline. Mind control status. Seriously. Facility power. 5. There was a place in the demo. Mind controls idle awaiting pause. We were just pressing 8 and that machine says 8 and that sounds trying to that sound was insisting us to leave that room. I just press the 8 all the time. And there's 2, 1, and I think these are not working. Something gonna happen when I go down there. Let's see. I think I should go facilitate the power. No, I think so. All right. Then I think we're gonna go facilitate the power. Mind controls idle awaiting input. System power.
And when at
on.
last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
All right. On.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Oh shit.
How long until detonation then? Let's say...
2 minutes?
2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Wow,
your
it's
time to
amazing.
shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this
Yeah,
is
that's
much
what I'm
better than
talking
what I
about.
had in mind. What a
Games
shame we have
just
so little time left
letting
to
you do
enjoy
your-
it. Mere moments
letting
until the
you
bomb
make your
goes
own
off. But what
choices.
precious moments each one
But
of
as
them
I
is.
said, guys
More
said
time
you
to talk
should
about you,
off the
about
system
me,
power.
where
I'm gonna
we're
off this
going,
one.
what all
What we're
this
gonna see
means. I barely
other
know
things.
where to
Oh,
start.
shut up. Shut up.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Off.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Wow.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other
Erased them.
times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
Pressing
You know
the
what?
button.
To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are
Just-
precious additional seconds, Stanley.
That
Time
guy's
doesn't
just kidding
grow
with
on
us.
trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or
Just
did you
kidding
just
with us.
assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved?
Wow.
Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No, I have no idea. Sir.
Stanley, you're in for quite
Wow.
a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Wow.
To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. just you being blown to pieces? Will you cling desperately to your frail life?
I
or will you
wanna
let it go
press
peacefully?
off.
Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
Jeez.
And believe me, I
Off.
will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Oh, come on. I wanted to press off. He said you can choose. You can choose. We couldn't. God damn it. Alright. I'm gonna press off at the next one. Wow, it's just... Wow. It's a really interesting game. I never played something like that before. Never ever played something like that before. What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, seriously? Again? Like like at the demo. Game just kidding with us. Just joking with us. Playing with us. We're not playing with the game. Game is playing with us now.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Left.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, of course. Seriously. Yeah, this time I'm gonna...
Yet
press.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Game is
hoping he
just
might find an
forcing
answer
you to
there.
do
Coming
what
to
you
a
want.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Actually, at all games, it's kind of same with all games. In all games, we are doing just
Stepping
what
into
game
his
wants
manager's
from
office,
us.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover
Yeah.
not an indication of any human life.
2, 4,
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing
not.
through papers
Alright.
on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Where is it?
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
I want the same one.
2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Amazing.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yeah. Let's go. Game is just forcing you to do what it wants. Just said like that. I won't let you go. I won't let you do that thing. Just press off and just jerk with us. It's killing us. Yeah,
Stanley
I'm gonna
walked
do
straight
what he
ahead through the
wants,
large
I
door
said.
that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
So annoying. You
Stanley
just have
thought
to do that
himself.
for.
Did he have the
did
strength
same
to
things?
find out?
Wow. Or we die, we're playing again. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on.
Now the
I have
monitors
no
jumped to
idea.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this
Are we able to save game? Begin the game again?
place where freedom meant nothing.
Bleh. So there's no save point either, so... Wow, it's just... It's
This
awesome.
mind control
It's awesome, also
facility,
annoying,
it was too
also
horrible to
awesome
believe
again.
it couldn't be true.
CCTV.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes, you're doing that now. You're manipulating my own choices.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own
accept
life
it.
in someone else's
My
control.
own life in someone
Never.
else's control?
It was unthinkable.
Never.
Wasn't it?
It's unthinkable.
Was it even possible?
It is.
Had he truly
It's not
spent his
possible.
entire life utterly blind to the world?
Such a blind.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this
I'm gonna
very
press
place.
off.
And as the cold reality
Chant.
of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided
Shut
that
up.
this...
What? Don't shit with me again. Don't do it again. Wow, it's just...
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had
Really?
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
Oh,
but
I get it
happiness.
now.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Wow.
It was perhaps
So-
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, so... I think I get it. Beat the game. Yeah. So yeah, it's over. So it's like, you know, at the first time I pressed on, that was unhappy ending. That was bad ending. So machine, that guy said, you wanna control all these things, and then said no. I'm gonna activate the nuclear explosion, and includes you, everything's gonna end. So that was kind of ending. And also the other way, we listened to the guy, we pressed off, and we just moved. We just gone. We just left the place, that place. So that was kind of happy ending. But as the game said, it says was Stanley. It says that we don't know what happened our friends, so we were wondering about what's happened our friends, our coworkers, and so there's all that waste. For example, not choosing to going left or choosing to escape. It's all of them just changing the end of the game. And there are, as people say, I don't know, we're gonna see together. As people say, there are tons of endings of the game. So this is the end of this episode. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click like button. Keep following us. We're gonna see together how many endings this game has. Yeah. I hope we can. See you later.